Hey, 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 this is Auntie Dawn, and this is the Fabulous Lifestyle Movement. I'm so excited that you're here today. And let me tell you, the Fabulous Lifestyle Movement is all about helping the millennial, the 18 to 25 years old, understand the importance of starting their own business versus getting a job. When you get out of high school, they all through high school, they have brainwashed you into thinking that you only have three options: go to college, go into the armed services, or get a job. And when you get out of school and you don't have any experience, you don't have any real skills because they didn't teach you anything the whole 13, 14 years you were in school, that's useless for anything. So you think the only thing you do is get a job where you're paying minimum wage, but that's not true. You can start your own business. And actually, there's tons of ways you can start it even free. We get into that a little later on. But today I want to talk to you about the importance of reading. When you read, you continue to educate yourself. See, they think they tell you that you have to be educated in order to get a job or to run a business. It is true. You do have to be educated. You have to educate yourself. You get a better education when you educate yourself as opposed when you go to college, because 90% of stuff they teach you in college is outdated. Nobody's doing it anymore. They're using old books and old ideas. You come out, you got to learn everything all over again. Just except now you're in a big debt. So you do have to educate yourself. And what's bad is that when you're in school, they spend all that time teaching you to hate reading. Most people come out of school hate reading. If they don't ever have to pick up a book, they will never ever pick up a book because they've been programmed to hate to read. When you're in school, they pick the most boringest books possible and have you read them so that you think that all reading is horrible, so you never do it again when you don't have to do it. But let me tell you, I think I was blessed because when I was growing up, my dad used to read all the time. So he used to go to the library once a week, and I always would go with him. And he would come get one book, and I would get five books. What I used to do every summer was I would pick an author who had a lot of books. I was really into detective books back then and mysteries. So I would go pick an author like Ellery Queen or Agatha Christie. One of the authors had a lot of books, and that summer I would pick an author and I would read all of their books before the end of the summer. I would get five books a week, and I would read every last one of those books. And I wasn't like a nerd that was stuck in the house and didn't do anything. I was very popular. I was always involved in everything. I went outside in the summer, played like all the other kids. I did things. I worked in the summertime. I was a cheerleader. I did everything that normal kids do, but I read a book a day pretty much. I read five books a week. I would, when I came in and my day was over, instead of watching TV, I would start reading. I would read a book and I would finish it pretty much over by the end of the night. And then at the end of the week on Saturday, my father and I would go back to the library and I get a book. So I had this, always had this love for reading. When I got older, instead of reading books that didn't benefit my life any, I just switched over to books that would benefit me, books that had educated me, books that taught me something, books that helped with my personal development, books that helped with my life. I just went from reading, Agatha Christie books that did nothing, but actually they did. They sharpened my brain because by the time I was finished reading her, by the time I got to know her as an author by reading her books, I was always able to solve the mystery before I ended reading the book. So those type of books, I like them because they did sharpen your brain. Every single author that I read books, by the time I read two or three of their books, I would kind of figure out their way of solving their mysteries, and I would always end up solving it before the end of the book. So that was always my challenge and what kept me getting these type of books. But when you start training yourself to read, and the books that you're reading are beneficial to you, you'll start getting a desire to want to read. But because so many people hate reading and programmed against it, I'm just asking you to try to break that cycle, because you're going to have to break it. If you're going to really be a successful business owner, you're going to successful anyway in life, you're going to have to read. Successful people read, and they read a lot of self-development books, and they read books that help them in their craft, to help them learn certain things. Like if you want to learn how to sell, they read books on selling. They read books that help with their development. And so you're going to have to get in the process of liking to read. Now, I know a lot of the millennials, you don't like to read, but we're going to break that bad habit. That's a bad habit. I want you to pick up a book. If you haven't read this book before, I want you to pick up a book called The Science of Getting Rich. It's by a guy named Wallace D. Wattles. It's an old book. It's written a long time ago, but the information in it is really important on learning how to really manifest and change your mindset and change how you look at things and change how you create things in your life. You can get the book for free. It's online. You can just Google search it, put Science of Getting Rich PDF, download it for free and read it. If you don't want to read, this is the lazy part, but there is options. It's on YouTube. Somebody put it in audio form so you can listen. That's the thing now. Even if you don't want to read, 90% of the books are on audio form, so you can listen to it. But if you listen to it, really pay attention. So a lot of times when you're listening, you may have it on in the background and you get distracted. That's why I don't really like the audio versions. That's just me. I like to read it so I can read it and comprehend. That's just how I learn. And I know everybody learns differently, but I really think that you should get it and read it, because you kind of got to get in the habit of reading. Reading is kind of intimate with me because the words is going right into your subconscious mind, especially if you read out loud and you hear yourself when you're saying the words, and it just kind of have a better effect on your brain. It's actually you saying the words and not somebody else reading it and you kind of listening and kind of not listening. So it's best if you read. But if you just can't read, or you really hate reading, or it's asking to do way too much, then get the audio file of it. But I'm really suggesting that you get the book and read. It's called The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. Just start getting a habit of learn of reading, because reading is going to be very important. That's the educational part. That's the part where you start learning how to change the program, eliminate the programming from the past and replace it with new programming that's beneficial to you. And I said earlier, I was going to mention how you can start a business for free. If you are interested, we do have a way of you starting a free phone-based business from home that costs absolutely nothing. All you have to do is let me know that you're interested, and I'm going to. You do have to have a Facebook account, because I'm going to invite you to a private Facebook group. And in that private Facebook group, we do have training that teach you how you can actually start a phone-based business from home for absolutely free. So message me, DM me, hit me up, whatever way you can, and let me know if you're interested, okay? This is Auntie Dawn. Today it's Friday, actually Friday the 13th. I want you to go out and enjoy your weekend. Spend some time educating yourself on reprogramming your mind from that old mindset to the new mindset. And get the book, The Science of Getting Rich, or get the audio book and listen to it, okay? Have a great week, and I'll see you soon. This is episode number 6. Have a good one. Bye-bye.